Warning. This podcast is about the horror genre, specifically horror films. As most horror movies are filled with coarse language, violence, and/or gore, the topics and language of the cast of the pod will also reflect the genre. If you have any issues with the aforementioned warnings, please press stop. However, if you have no issue with adult language, movie violence, or the accoutrement that accompanies horror films, please feel free to continue. You have been warned.
All right, this week, welcome back to Cast of the Pod, the podcast. I haven't been saying that. My podcast mentor was recommending that, and I'm like, man, that's some bullshit. Why am I going to say Cast of the Pod, the podcast? And then he went and showed me like 45 examples of it being done, of the redundancy being done on other places that are very successful and at our same level of production, or you know what I mean, but with much higher numbers, even though we have millions and millions of listeners.
So many.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know, right? We got more listeners than Cobweb got cash.
So today in the podcast, we are talking about the movie Companion, the 2025 film right now on HBO Max, Companion. I'm Josh.
I'm Deb.
Cobweb in the house, baby! I'm Cantu.
And we are, of course, across the country right now. Deb, myself, and Cantu, we're in the chapel here at, we're not in the bomb, what was it? The bomb shelter.
The bomb shelter.
Now we're up on top in the chapel. I don't know if we want to call it the chapel, the roof, the upstairs.
The upstairs. The gallery.
The gallery.
We're in the heaven of the building.
There you go. Cobweb is in Illinois. Do I say Chicago? What do I say? Cobweb.
Parts unknown.
Parts unknown. He's hanging out with the Undertaker and Mick Foley. I'm sorry, not Mick Foley. Mankind.
Oh man, Parts Unknown is the best spot. You can actually pick that on your Instagram. If you put the location, you can actually pick Parts Unknown.
That's interesting. I will say one thing about Mick Foley, and hopefully he sees this, and I know he won't have a problem with me saying this. He is one cheap SOB. No, I don't know his mom. I will not say SOB. He is one cheap mofo.
I've heard that story before, too.
He likes doing Santa Claus stuff, so I'm not going to say motherfucker. I'll just say mofo.
I think he was
Foley?
doing like all kind of.
Foley,
I saw him
Mankind?
like how he.
Cactus Jack.
If you like if you watch some of the videos,
I should know.
They had on what was that one called? I think it was like they used to have this thing called WWE like cartoons or something like that, stories or something, where they would tell stories of WWE, superstars and stuff like that, and it'd be animated. And a lot of that junk was about how cheap he was, Mick Foley was.
I will say,
unbelievable.
I will say how cheap he is because I've got to work with him 3 times, and each time he was very cheap. The very first time was the cheapest he ever was. But I think I've talked about that on pod before, about him wanting to trade like autographs and 8x10s for stuff. And then the lady wanted cash, and he came back and he was like, she actually wanted to charge me. I was like, bro, that's how she makes her money. He was like, but I wanted to trade, and she didn't want to trade. I was like,
it ain't about right. Trade ain't gonna pay my bills.
Ain't gonna pay the bills.
Right.
Yes,
right. I got a mortgage over here. Joke, what you talking about? Trade? I can't call them up and say, "Hey, you want to trade this mortgage month?
You want an 8x10?
A Mick Foley? I got an 8x10 over here. I can get you."
But for those who haven't heard the story, he was looking out for the fans. Where the janky ass promoter came out and was like, I have all these counted, and however many, blah, 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 whatever, So once the promoter went away with all those 8x10s, Mick slid those off to the side, opened up his gym bag, and pulled out the same 8x10s of his own. That way. And yes, he would pocket a little bit more money that way. But the thing was, he was giving extras to the fans also. They came and bought 2 of them, and he was like, oh, well, here's 3 of them, And then every now and then we'd get some from the promoter and do that one. That way there was a count on it. But yeah, it's pretty cool. Pretty cool. I don't know if I should be saying that. There is a statute of limitation liability or whatever. It was over a decade and a half ago, that time. But all right, so we're talking about companion.
I'm pretty sure the big 8x10 scandals, the time has passed.
Yes.
Out the gym bag pics.
Out the gym bag. I like that. But we're talking about the 2025 film Companion. I didn't know there was a 2021 one, but Cantu said there was one.
There was one.
Oh, okay. Who was in the 20? It doesn't matter.
I don't know. It was a monster.
Oh, okay. So
Spooky dookie.
the MDiv says a weekend getaway with friends at a remote cabin turns into chaos after it's revealed that one of the guests is not what they seem. So I know we have the warning. You have been warned, spoiler alert and all that. I've already talked to Matt and I've warned him, don't listen to this pod if you plan on seeing this movie. And I want to warn everybody out there, don't listen to this pod. If you've already gotten to this point and you plan on seeing this film, don't listen to this pod until afterwards. Don't watch the trailer. Don't look at the posters. Don't look at the teasers. Any of that. Don't look when you go on to HBO Max and you just leave it there for a little bit and it starts playing a teaser. Don't even look at that shit.
Yeah.
I think that
Cold turkey.
It's significant that Josh is saying this right now because as a standard, we open up the show saying there's going to be spoilers, and he's going to get set right now. That is because there is much to be spoiled in this movie. Things happen in this movie.
It's
for sure.
I mean, it's not going to ruin the movie for you, but if you go into this totally blind without knowing what's going on, it'll be that much better.
It will be better.
Even the trailer, I don't know how they could make this trailer and put it out with a clear conscience knowing how much it gives away. Now, it doesn't give other stuff away, but it gives the major twist, which you learn in the first 20-ish minutes.
Well, we saw the trailer and
we saw the teaser. I went back and saw the trailer. Mm-hmm. So I've listened to like tons of reviews that other people did about the movie and all that. And I was like, well, we didn't get that much from the trailer. The teaser that you and I saw made it look like a demon possession.
Yeah.
All right, now we're getting into the point where we're going to start spoiling.
So you have been warned.
So you have been warned. Now
been warned.
Back to our regularly scheduled.
Right. So check this out. So me personally, I didn't know nothing about. I thought this was a totally different movie. Right? Because I didn't look at anything or whatever. I just saw the picture of it or the on the screen. But I was thinking it was some new movie that just came out. But I was looking at it and it was like, wait a minute, that says 2025, and I was like, okay, so this can't be that movie. So I don't know what the hell this was that we was about to watch. So to me, when I came into it, I had no idea.
Nice. Like I was saying on the teaser that Deborah and I saw, it looked like a demon possession movie. All I remembered from it was her putting the hand over the candle, and then her hand on flames.
Yeah, and then her eyes went white.
White, yeah.
And I was like, oh, it's a possession movie.
Yeah,
but it was really good.
Yeah, possession.
Yeah.
It was a possession.
She was a possession. I see where you're going, Cobweb. I see where you're going.
Yeah.
Nice.
Exactly.
So
that was the whole thing.
If you want to watch this movie right now, it is on HBO Max. I'm looking at IMDb. Movie stars Sophie Thatcher, Jack Quaid. Jack Quaid is Huey from The Boys, for those of y'all that have seen The Boys. Lucas Gage, Megan Suri, Harvey Guillen, who is Guillermo. Yes, from What We Do in the Shadows. As soon as I saw Harvey, I'm probably going to call him Guillermo throughout the pod because that's how we knew him. We heard of him. And
we saw him and we were both playing Guillermo.
Yes. And then also Rupert Friend, Jabuki Young White, I think is White.
Jabuki, doesn't he do country rap?
Jabuki Young White. It's Shabuzi.
Oh, what the hell is that?
That's his name.
Like,
White.
Isn't that a
Jabuki
Japanese
Young
stage
White.
performance type?
We go.
He's the technician at the end that didn't get shot in the face. Matt McCarthy, what? That guy is an actor? I watch his Instagram stuff all the time.
You think? Hold on a second. The guy in the end. You think? Let me skip around. I don't give a fuck. You brought up something. Do you think she broke him off with something? Do you think she broke him off with something?
I didn't think about it at all. No, I don't think she broke him off for something.
That's some bullshit.
Did it just get quiet in here?
Well, the AC turned on.
Oh, the air conditioner. Oh, fuck.
Yeah, that was some bullshit.
So
She should have broke it.
We'll
I'm
get to
just
that.
pissed off.
We'll get to that part in a little bit. The film was directed and written by Drew Hancock, and I don't have MDib Pro, so I can't tell you what company and all that it went through. But needless to say, no, it's rated R, 1 hour 37 minutes. So where do we start?
From the beginning.
First, there was
This
darkness.
is where we're at. This is what we doing right now.
Then there was light. That's too loud. All right. Wouldn't that be something? That was the Big Bang? Just that DJ horn? And then there was light.
Yeah.
That's the sound of the firmament
Yeah.
being separated from the earth.
That's
Creation.
Cobweb's effects from 1984. Which, if you've seen Masters of the Universe, that started in 1984. It's a good movie. Good movie. Anyways,
I still haven't seen that yet.
we're not talking about that. I was just talking about your
All right.
1984 beats.
Just talk about this junk, bro. Man, what's the big deal?
So they're
What
dry.
are we doing here?
It starts off with all the other reviews. I don't know. I'm a grumpy old man. That's why my Instagram handle is Old Married Gamer. But every review that I saw, they're like, "Oh, it starts off with the cute meat. Cute meat. Cute meat sounds very genitalic." Do y'all know what a cute meat is?
Okay, you're saying it wrong. It is meat cute.
Meat cute
And
meat.
I don't know what genitalic is. It
I
sounds
just-
like
I just-
a cocktail. Can I get a genitalic, please?
Touche.
Y'all jokers here. Y'all just off the meat rack tonight already. You put y'all
Meat
three of y'all
rack.
jokers in the set.
That sounds
You put
genitalic
all-
also.
Was it a meat
You
cute?
put all-
It's meat cute. The word is meat
What
cute.
is a meat cute?
In the sense, it's from how people meet. That I don't know where meet cute came from. That's some WPS right there. Somebody with a big hat at brunch said, "And we met for the first time. It was so cute. It's a meet cute." And then it spread like wildfire. It's already an old word. It's part of the lexicon.
How do you even?
I don't know this
that?
Lexus chick. How do you
How
even what?
do you even know that? How do you even know that, Cantu? I mean,
Because
that's
I
just
work
so
at-
far out of the world.
I work in places where brunch is the lifestyle.
That makes sense.
You hear that all the time?
makes sense.
Oh yeah, I hear all kinds of stuff. Genitalic stuff too.
Genitalic.
Man, we're supposed to be talking. Let me steal.
We're talking about it. It's a very
was
intro.
getting cute meats.
When you run into Sophie Turner, her name is Iris. Iris meets I want to call him Huey because of the boys. He's Huey in the boys, not Huey Lewis.
Huey Lewis in the news.
Yeah.
He was a.
Well, no, Huey from the
hated him.
TV show Boy. So Iris and Josh. Oh, his name's Josh. How the fuck can I forget Josh?
You forgot that.
So this is
He was an
this is
idiot.
exactly what happened.
It's genitalic like a motherfucker.
No, this is exactly what happened when me and Deborah are watching it. She's doing a voiceover, remembering her meet cute when they're at a grocery store and he drops some oranges. Old school.
No, all of them. He dropped all of them.
All of them
they
off
were
the rack. Yes, but she's talking about how there's times in your life when this happens and there's moments of clarity and blah 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 blah. I felt that 2 times. First when I met Josh and I went, "Aw." I audibly looked at Deborah and went, "Aw," and then she goes,
And then I killed him.
and then when I killed him, I went, "Bitch." Oh man.
She killed him. I was like, oh shit, this broad is crazy. You know what I'm saying? I didn't know she was like that, but yeah, she was like that.
Yes. Now, a lot of people were complaining about in the reviews about how it was ruining the movie. I hate when movies do that. They tell you the ending and blah blah blah. I think that's bullshit. I thought it was good storytelling. They're telling you. So not to jump to the end, but usually when movies do this, they're like, so A happens and then I kill B, at the beginning of the movie. And usually what happens is you get to that point, that B point, and then there's still more story after that. But there were so many people complaining. There's so many complaints on the reviews about this movie that I want to talk about later on, that it's like just shut up and watch the movie.
Yeah, this is one of those movies where it's like our football coaches used to tell us. If you call an audible, do it out loud. It doesn't matter if they know what the fucking play is, because if you execute it right, you're going to get it. You're going to get the yards, right? So if you write a really good movie and you start the movie with, I'm the main character, I killed the other main character, and you still have an hour 36 minutes worth of movie left, I think you should trust in the writers. If by the minute 20 you're not entertained, then it's probably a bad movie. But this is one of those movies where you can do that.
Yes.
Yeah. Because it threw you off big time. It was a hook and a cross. A hook and a cross. Oh, man.
A hook and a cross.
So
genitalics.
Genitalics.
Genitalics. Y'all.
That's gonna be the next Cast of the Pod shirt. Yes, I'd like some genitalics.
That comes off the meat.
Genitalics off the meat.
Off the cute meat.
Excuse me, I'd like one order of the cute meat genitalics, please.
Oh, shit.
Do they come with red sauce or brown?
Oh, shit, no!
Oh, damn.
Yeah.
So, and then it goes into where they're driving through the hills, kind of like the movie that we talked about a while back, Invitation, when they're going through the Hollywood Hills, and they're passing all these fancy houses, and she wakes up. Iris wakes up, and she's like, "I was having a dream about you, Josh," and so they're talking, and then they're in an electric vehicle. I knew that was going to be like what Cobweb was going to talk about.
I didn't want to say nothing bad about the electric vehicle. I just thought that it was pretty cool.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong. And on the giant display of the electric vehicle, there's nothing on the GPS. And she says, what road is this? And he says, I don't think this is a road. It's the driveway. And they were supposed to go and meet some of their friends at a secluded cabin, a little cabin in the woods. And I'll just say it right now. I like the writing in this, and I like the lines in this movie because as Josh is saying, and it's not just because his name is Josh.
He could be the dumbest motherfucker. Walking
no.
Before a movie, hear history. He is about as dumb.
No, he is not.
He
Hold
was
on.
He was a fucking idiot, bro.
We're not going to jump around. We're not going to jump around. We're going to be a professional podcast today.
We've been to the end of the movie twice, but we're not going to jump around.
Yes. Well, the end was at the beginning of the beginning with the end, but
that's where I bought my cute meats.
Jeez, always.
But the line that he says, he's like, I don't think. How did he say it? We're gonna have to discuss his definition of cabin, and we're also gonna have to discuss his definition of little. Because this was like a mansion.
Yeah.
Like not even a big fancy house. It was like a damn mansion out in the middle of the woods.
A muck mansion for sure. A small mansion, but for being out in the woods, yeah.
What my man say? He said, "You own the whole lake." He says, "No, I don't own the lake. Just the land around
only the hills. The hills around it."
And Josh told him when they meet him. Okay, so they get into the house. So it's Josh and Iris, and then you meet Patrick first, right? The blonde.
Yes.
Or no, is it Kat that answers?
No, it's Kat. It's Kat that answers first.
Kat, who's played by Megan Suri. And then Patrick shows up, who's the blonde guy. And then Guillermo. What is Guillermo's name? Eli. Eli, who is the boyfriend of Patrick, shows up. And Eli's a little drunk, a little tipsy. And
He
then
can be that way.
And then on the stairs, so you find out that Kat and Josh and Eli are old friends from back in the day. And then they're like, oh, you remember Sergey? And then Sergey, who's played by Rupert Friend, is there on the stairs, and he has this. He didn't have a stereotypical Russian look, like movie stereotypical Russian look, but he had the accent and the mannerisms, and that's when he tells him, he goes, man, I didn't know how far away we are. It's like 10 miles till the next driveway, and he's like 17.
And that mullet was killer.
I like privacy, yes.
He had a killer ass mullet, man. He looked like he worked on that hard. You know what I'm saying? He didn't. There was nothing shady about that. That was a great. In the ranking of mullets, in the rating of mullets, I would say that's about a 9.5.
And I don't like in movies and so they're friends. Patrick's cooking. They start eating, and I left out the part where Iris already, before they walk in, she's like, they're not gonna like me. Everybody hates me. I'm gonna say something stupid and embarrass you. And Josh is like, I wish you would have told me this not 20 feet away from the door. And she says, well, everybody hates me. He's like, nobody hates you. She says, Cat hates me. And he goes, Cat hates everybody, but that's okay. We all have that one friend, or 5. But and so it's setting up. We're not going to go step by step on this movie, but it's just setting up the personalities. So Josh is the lead. Iris is the lead. Josh is the co-lead, I guess you would say, of the movie. Eli is the happy, jovial friend. Patrick is the boyfriend to Eli, who's a little stoic, except when he's talking about Eli. Yeah. And he's having, what's the word
remembering?
We're not remembering. There's another word. Cute meats.
Cute meats.
Meat cutes.
Yeah, that's what they're doing.
When he's reminiscing about Eli. And then Sergey is the stereotypical Russian mobster-like person in the movie. And Kat is just kind of, how would you describe Kat, Cantu?
Kat is confusing. Now, I'm not talking about the character or the movie. I'm talking about Miss Suri's appearance. There are women who exist on this planet. It's so strange. They are obviously ethnic, of the darkest skin tones, the entire range of melanation available. And there's just some women in this planet who look like white girls, and they're absolutely not. And I call it white girl pretty. She looks like if you change her skin tone and gave her blonde hair, she would look like one of these brunch ladies that says cute meats.
Like a Kardashian.
So please.
No, wow. they don't.
Didn't she play?
They're not white girl pretty. They're ethnic pretty. Look at Miss Suri. I forgot her first name.
Megan Suri.
Yes, Megan Suri.
She's an Indian American actress.
She's obviously Indian, but she looks like a white girl. She's white girl pretty Indian woman. That's my thoughts on that. The character, she seems like she could stab you in the back in the instant. She looks like she'll talk shit about you. She does, like right in front of your face, and just be like, huh, and we carry on.
And that's how she was supposed to. What were we going to say, Cobweb?
Oh. Man, I forgot.
We were talking about
No,
Kat.
I'm not just joking around. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. No, didn't she play in 40-Year-Old Virgin?
That was a long time ago. She ain't that old.
That ain't the same chick.
Bro, are you saying they all look the same?
I thought it was her.
They, quote unquote, in the imagination, they all look the same.
I didn't say that, Josh. You said that. I
didn't say
I thought that was the same person.
You're saying that movie from 15-ish, maybe more years ago.
Yeah.
Has the same young-looking cat lady.
I can understand where you're coming from, but I mean, black don't crack.
Well, first of all, she's not black.
Excuse me. She's darker than some black people that I know.
But the terminology, especially when we use it
Don't
here
you-
at Castle
why
Pod,
you-
black is in reference to African American.
Here we go.
He's
People.
telling
You
you.
gotta explain.
American.
You
Nice.
gotta
She's
explain
not
this.
gonna
I'm
crack.
trying to understand
She
who you
might be
explaining
60
this
years
to.
old, but her.
Well, she was born in 1999, so that
She
means
still
she
might be 60.
which means she would have been like 11. She would have been like 11 when 40-Year-Old Virgin came out, or maybe even 8. So I don't think she was the chick from.
You don't know if she stepped into any time portals. You don't know if she went into the future and then came back and then got 100 years of knowledge, or maybe 59 years of knowledge.
So needless to say,
Here we go.
Kat, her character is kind of, for lack of a better term,
A bitch.
good. I didn't have to say it. It looked like a.
Yeah, she's rough, man. That's a gold digger.
I can't stand
There you
the
go.
bitch.
That's a good one. That's a good.
She's a
one.
gold. She's a gold digger. And that's the thing about it is she's one of them gold diggers that'll dig your ass in the fucking grave.
But to her credit, she admits to it and she owns it. Where some
Man,
of, where
bro,
some of them are
she's
like, no.
Devious. I mean, you had to see that's a big character flaw. He had to see that. Sergey could. I mean, how could you
Sergey
not
didn't.
see
Sergey didn't care.
He don't give a
He
damn.
was getting his cute meat going, and
Off the meat rack.
off the.
that? Off the meat rack.
So this is what I was gonna say earlier. I hate with a passion, and I cannot stand in movies and especially commercials where it's like a pharmaceutical commercial or like an AIDS commercial. I've seen it a lot in the AIDS commercials where everybody's there at the little get together. There's only like 6 people there, and they've got there's the charcuterie board or the cute meatery board, the meat cutery board,
Jeez Louise.
The meat cutery board.
and
Yeah.
everybody has one big what do you call the glasses? The big wine glasses that are kind of bold on the bottom, and it's just a bigger,
Oh, yeah.
it's a bigger,
Glasses.
larger wine glass.
Wine glass.
Okay, so like kind of like the brandy glasses, but they had the wine
Brandy
stem.
glasses are snifters.
Okay, so like the snifters, but with the stem on the bottom, like anyways, they have the big glasses like that with white wine in it, and then somebody turns on the radio, then all of a sudden they're all just doing their little happy.
Everybody's laughing at the same time.
It looks
Yeah.
like
Nobody said a joke.
it looks like an AIDS medicine / underarm deodorant commercial.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Bro,
hate
it's
when they
different,
do that.
man.
You know what I hate about that?
This is a
the
different
entire
world.
thing is a warning that everything's gonna go wrong if you take this motherfucker. Those
Dude,
commercials are
everything's
nothing but
A warning sign.
deniability. Do you know that the standard now for these commercials are? Let's say that I'm gonna make up a name so that we don't. It's called Paraxin, right? If there's a rule, okay.
Coincidental.
Don't take Paraxin if you're allergic to Paraxin.
Yes.
There's only
I heard
one way
that.
to
I
find
heard
out.
that.
Yep.
There's only one way. What they've done is they've washed their hands of any responsibility for anything that happens to you. If you've never taken it and something really bad happens to you, you're going to be like, yo, you're allergic. How did I know I was allergic? It was my first time I took it. You are, so therefore we aren't. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's fucking sick.
Be
This is our
careful,
planet.
bro.
What do you
Bro,
got,
you're on
Cobb?
farm, big farm, bro. Chill. I'm like, Josh, what are you doing? What? I hit the horn, do something, give him a disclaimer, bro. I ain't fucking with no big farm. That's it. No, this conversation is over with on that whole level. Fuck that shit. Next page, motherfucker. Next page.
May cause beats to fall off the cutes.
The thoughts and beliefs. The thoughts.
Those
and
were mine.
What
Those
was
were
it?
cast of the pod, and they surely were not
Cobwebs.
cobwebs. They were mine, strictly mine.
He was not associated with the previous comments, even though he is associated, but not with those comments.
He's affiliated, not associated.
English, Spanglish.
They rack up bodies, Joe. They rack up bodies undercover.
That's all they do.
man.
How are you gonna say that straight out? We were
He's whispering
insinuating.
it too. He's like, "Yo,
Sorry, man. We are done tonight.
I ain't got nothing to do with those bodies that they dig the holes for and hide all of them in unmarked graves.
Oh, man.
Allegedly. Oh my god.
This
Allegedly,
is messed
allegedly.
up. Oh my god. Somebody please help me tonight.
So we haven't even got through the first third of the movie.
We
Now there's
have
3
not.
acts of the movie. Anyways,
Right,
so
because you be tripping. Come on.
oh, I'm the one that's tripping. So what happened was
See what happened was.
yes. Did you notice my puro pinche Spurs?
I did see
Yeah.
Puro Pinche Spurs.
Thank you.
We lost.
Yeah, but still, I'm still supporting.
You
Got
are.
this from S.A. Davey. Anyways, but so they're having their little party and all that, and then it cuts to a I like to call it a nut cut, where they're all just partying and blah 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 blah. And then you see Josh go, "Ugh!" And then he rolls over off of the top of Iris.
Yeah. And she was just like,
Like
I was present. The nut cut. That goes. That's the side to the cute meats. Cute meats, nut cuts.
That's what they do in these movies now. They just cut straight to the. Ugh! It's like, well, that's why you don't get the one nipple shot in the horror films or anything like that, because they just cut to that and then anyways. And so it's the next day. Josh is going to take a shower. Iris is already ready to go outside, and he's like, "No, I'm not feeling it. I got a headache, and I'm kind of hungover from last night. Why don't you go out to the shore? I was gonna say the coast, the shore, and hang out there. It's a shore, right? Because it's not a beach.
It is a shore.
Okay,
Yeah.
off to the shore, and so she goes out there. She's just hanging out. It's a beautiful day, right? And then Sergey shows up, and he's kind of Sergey flirtatious. I forgot to point out, at the party the night before, they're asking questions. Eli and Patrick are asking questions. Do you make any of the food that Patrick made, Cantu? Because all the food in this movie, I want to try.
So I don't remember the food that he made, so it probably wasn't good.
Oh, shit.
When food comes up in movies, I pay attention. It's my nature. It's like you checking the edits and the lighting and all that. I look at food. I'm like, oh, so yeah, whatever the fuck it was he did, I'll do it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll do it for y'all.
Okay. Sounds
We're gonna
good.
do that. We're gonna do movie meals.
Yes.
That'll be it. I'm gonna show you a cute meat or two.
Ah, shit.
With my nut cuts.
So as they're prepping before they do their underarm deodorant, happy dance, the WPS dance. We'll call it WPS dinner dance. Yeah, that's what that is. But so they're talking to Sergey, and so Eli and Patrick talk about how they first met and they had their meet cute, and you get a little history
Step on the
Pat.
tail, the dragon, the
Yes.
dinosaur tail.
Oh, I can't believe we didn't go straight into that. It's something I wanted to talk about. So when they're talking about it, Patrick is saying that he's wearing an intricate Dracula vampire costume, and that's when he met Eli. The funny thing is, if you've seen What We Do in the Shadows, where Guillermo, which is Eli, made his name at, or at least where we saw him at first, he is the best friend, the apprentice, the familiar to vampires. And so, I thought that was kind of, I don't know if they did that like a little homage, not an homage, but like a little slight nod to his history or whatever. And so when they start talking to Sergey's opening, Sergey's opened this bottle of wine. Would you like one of those corkscrews?
Oh yeah, the automatic ones.
The automatic thing,
Yeah.
that was fancy.
That was nice.
That was fancy.
That was nice. That's if it performs like that in real life, that's probably like an $800 opener.
$800. Oh, 80,
80
400.
yeah.
Yeah, my sister's got one of
Cobweb's
those.
toenail money.
Yeah, Cobweb's like, I got 6 of those right now.
No, my sister has one.
He's like, I use
My
them and
sister
then I
Stacey
throw
has
it
one.
away one time.
Disposable.
Yeah.
I don't even wash clothes. I just buy new ones.
Sometimes.
Dude, if
My
I could do
socks
that,
got clips.
if I could do that with socks, I would do that. A new pair of socks every day for life.
Oh man, if they were funky socks, I'm a sock guy. I like funky socks. I don't mean after I wore them to smell.
Ironically
I'm talking about
enough,
designs and cartoons and shit.
Ironically enough, there is a yeah. You want funky socks? No. Ironically enough, there is a sock line coming up in this movie. But so they're talking to Sergey, and they're like, "So where do you get your money from?" He goes, "Oh, I have my fingers in many pots. My hands are dirty.
Yep.
My hands are not clean." And it's like, and it's following along the stereotype, the Russian mobster stereotype. I'm surprised he wasn't wearing the Adidas Cobweb suit.
The track suit, yeah.
Cobweb.
What's the big deal? Because
Well, no, because in movies, like in the Hawkeye show that they did, the Russians are always in those Adidas jumpsuits, tracksuits.
I know.
Yeah, I was just leading that way just to see how you'd react.
I know. I know how y'all get. I'm not gonna take the bait on this. Y'all be tripping. Y'all be trying to sucker me into some stuff, man. Come on, player. Y'all ain't finna get off on Cobweb today because we got to talk about this movie. Now, look, we've been dancing around this whole thing all this goddamn time. Okay, we taking a long time to get to this whole story about how this motherfucker buying this goddamn girl. Okay, in the goddamn box. We thinking that this bitch is all fucking real. Everything else, she kills fucking Sergey, all this shit. Everything goes to find out that she's a fucking robot.
So we know we know who on the pod knows not much or cares much about foreplay. But
no, bro, we've been in this motherfucker for 40-something minutes doing this damn pod, and we ain't even got past the first. Right, we ain't even got past the first part of this goddamn movie.
Once we get past the big spoiler that I told people not to watch the trailer for, then we can just jump into like our normal shtick that we do. Whatever.
Well,
but so
here we go, man. There we go.
It's
go
here.
ahead,
It
Josh.
is upon us.
So as Sergey shows up on the beach and he's all flirting with her and being flirtatious and all that, which I did not.
That was straight off creepy.
It wasn't that bad until they got to the putting the lotion on the back. And then he's kind of switched characters altogether.
No,
and
man. I think I'm a little bit more in contact with my feminine side than that. As soon as he showed up, my feminine hackles stood up. It was a problem. I knew immediately that it was a problem. Him showing up.
Oh, well,
It's his beach. It's his crib. These are my hills. I only own the hills around the lake.
Yes.
That I understand, but yeah, the actor did a fantastic
But she
job.
tried to go back.
No. Once
tried to
he
leave.
said nice view and he was looking at her, that's when it was like, oh, okay. The first few, I've already seen it 3 times. The first few little lines were polite and everything like that. But then as soon as he said nice view, and then he got into the whatever, the put the lotion on the back, and then he grabbed her by the wrist and like started trying to kiss her and all that. And then he was like, this is what you're made for. And then it cuts back. Then it cuts back. It cuts back to the house, and they're all talking, and they're all blah 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 friendly, right? Minus Sergey and minus Iris, and then the door opens, and she's just drenched in blood, and it was almost the level of blood from that Evil Dead movie we said back in the day, that we saw, and what happened, and she starts explaining what happened to Sergey, and she's freaking out, and Josh says, "Iris, go to sleep." And her eyes ghost white, and she freezes. And that's where, if you haven't seen the trailer, you realize that she's an android. Well, not an android, robot.
Yeah.
And there's the first spoiler of the film. Saying that that's the first spoiler, that lets you know that there's other spoilers, which kind of half spoils those spoilers. But that's the first spoiler of the film. Up until this point, how did y'all feel about it? Let's start with Cobb.
I was kind of like bored a little bit. And then when she came in there with the blood, I was like, oh, okay, here we go. This is going to be pretty cool. But at that point, I was like, I almost thought like, sign me up. I mean, a companion at that point seemed like it was pretty dope. Not saying that I would like, a companion like that. I mean, I love
sign
my
you
wife.
up, though.
She's awesome.
I'll sign you. I'm
Maybe
not
when I was-
interested
when I was-
at all, but you could sign me up. I don't want
mean, it would
none of
be-
that
it would-
action, but sign me up.
You don't have to use the companion for that. You don't have to use the companion for that. You can use the companion as an assistant to help you around the house. do all
So when
other
they
kind of
first when
stuff.
they
It's a
first
good friend.
when they first deliver the assistant to Cobweb, he's gonna be like,
Hey, so how are you doing? Come here, Ross.
it just
He's gonna turn on his Android
he's gonna
voice.
turn on his Android voice system.
He's gonna go 8-bit real quick.
Oh man, I would right because he said some people do use it for that. That's what they say. some people do.
4 minutes later, it just you know.
That was fantastic. Damn.
Bro, let me tell you what I would do. The first thing I would do is have that motherfucker getting a job and bring me all the money. Right, I was having to get a job that she's gonna be able to, because he was renting her anyway. That would pay for the rent money for her, and that would end up getting me a profit. That's what I would be doing. I would send her ass off to work. Then when she get home, you can clean this motherfucker up. Shit, man, fuck it. It would. Why would you not? Why would you not do this? You can. What you're doing is you just buy your own personal slave. What? What? I mean, I understand the concept of slavery is bad. I mean, I think I would understand that.
I'm glad we got that one out the way. That was my first
Let's get that
concern.
out the way right quick.
Hey, attention.
Juneteenth was only a couple weeks ago. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
attention, Big Pharma. What Cantu said earlier was just jokes and all that. Everybody else, the thoughts and views of Cobweb do not necessarily represent the thoughts and views of anyone else.
Well, I would hope that
Associated.
they would, because I could. I'm
He
just saying,
said slavery. I understand that.
right. But these
My
aren't
man,
human beings.
my man said,
This is a robot.
"Oh, she's only 2/3 a human." is what she said.
3/5 of a human. Damn. Cobweb. Holy shit.
Hey, right, man.
We might have to ditch this whole episode.
Oh shit! It's just gonna be a bunch of.
It's not my fault, man.
We're
It's not
calling
my
this
fault.
episode a hearing test.
It got hot in here all of a sudden, didn't it? It just. Oh,
That's 'cause y'all tripping,
we're
man.
going to skip forward now. Okay, so. Shit.
I'm just glad he understands the concept.
Oh shit. Oh, you're all right, Deb?
Yeah.
Okay. So now it's damage control, not damage control. It's crisis control. Eli's going to call the cops. They have Iris, which everybody else on all the other reviews pointed out. Oh, Iris backwards is Siri. The funny thing about that is,
I don't give a fuck.
not only that, but back in the day when Siri came out, they were like, oh, it's Iris, which is a play off of Isis, which is a play off of the Egyptian god. But back in the day when Siri came out, that's what everybody was saying. Oh, it's backwards. Siri is standing for this and this. And now there's movies coming out, and they're like, it's backwards for Siri. It's just full circle.
Yeah. It's a circle jerk for those people.
Minions.
Yeah.
Minions.
Do your own research.
Old man relevance here for me. But as they're explaining what's happening,
None of their research involves a .edu. Not a single one.
right?
MIT is free. You can take MIT classes for free. And these motherfuckers, they're on YouTube doing research.
I saw it on TikTok.
Sorry about it. I saw it on TikTok. My mom loves me.
But as they're explaining what's going on, and Eli goes and Xanai's cat right before that, right after that happens, because she was walking up kind of buzzed and all that. Josh is talking to Iris because he wanted to give her one last goodbye, which later on when we find out the character of Josh makes more sense. But at that point, it looked like he was kind of still in love with this robot. And
he was an idiot. He was an idiot.
He's a piece of shit.
He was straight. He was a trick. That's what they would call him. You know what I'm saying? They had him tricked out for real, man.
Well, that's the whole
he had
point.
His nose. He had the
whole thing.
Right. He had his nose all. Yeah, his nose was all open. He picked out what he wanted and then everything else like that. The model chick, and that's it.
Because he couldn't do it in real life.
Right. And the thing about it is, it was like a dominance thing over him. You know what I'm saying? His whole personality, because if you even like the concept of where he had her IQ at set to like as a percentage, because you could adjust that on his phone, dumbass motherfucker, with giving her the goddamn password to the damn phone so that anybody can pick that up and she can too.
That's because he caught the real feelings for the robot.
Robot. He was a fucking idiot. That he could adjust her intelligence up to whatever he want, and he is like 40%. I'm trying to figure. I thought that they said that you can only adjust them so high anyway.
Well,
you know what I'm saying, but to have it go out to do that. It's crazy.
They did say that, but 0 being a mindless automaton, 100 being like a Harvard grad. So they couldn't make it any dumber than an automaton, and they couldn't make it any smarter than a human Harvard grad. They couldn't make it
a genius. They couldn't make it a genius.
Yes. Yeah. That's right.
Everybody that has been reviewing it, and one of the things I wanted to talk about is they're calling it an AI. She was not an AI, which is a learning model. She was a robot.
I remember we graduated from Harvard
with a computer. With a computer,
it was like she was an app.
Right.
With an app that you can change your freaking voice, you can change your eye color, everything that you wanted, the tone, the pitch, and everything else like that.
You could change your testicular contents.
Bro, once she switched that mug up to 100%, it was like, yeah, she on the right path.
I did like. Okay, so. We didn't say it earlier when they let Sergey. That was something Sergey told her before she stabbed him. We didn't point that out either. Yeah. He says, "It's okay. Kat gave me permission." She said it was okay. This is what you're made for. Which the second and third time that I've watched this film, it all clues you in more.
Why would Kat be giving him permission?
Permission
for her.
Because
that means she's paying his bills for her the acquisition of Iris.
Because it's not it's like this.
I think she planted it in his head.
Listen, this is why. She wanted him to go after her because that's why. She told him to do that because that's what she felt that was for, because a lot of people use them for sex things and stuff like that.
That's,
and here's the thing about it. It was all set up like that. She wanted him to go after her like that because that's why he felt like that, because he figured like, oh, this is what they're made for. And this is what I'm going to do.
Kind of like I just said.
And then she wasn't cheating. She didn't consider it cheating because it's not a human being.
Right.
What we find out shortly after this was it had nothing to do with him cheating or not, because we found out that he was married and she was the side piece, Kat. She planted it in his head to go down to the shore where Josh had sent Iris, because Josh he jailbroke his fuckbot. They call it a fuckbot because that's what it was made for. That was the actual, and he jailbroke it and raised her aggression and raised her. What movie was it where, like, RoboCop had the directives.
Yeah.
And then at the end, you're fired, and anyways. And he raised her aggression and then took off the safety protocols. And then Kat was like, hey, I've got a headache right now. Why don't you go down to the shore? Josh isn't going to mind if you take advantage of his. You've never had one before. Go ahead. Which I'm thinking in this world, the broker people, as we learned, Josh is only renting her in his 1-bedroom apartment as he bitches about his life later on in the movie. I'm thinking regular to poor people have these fuckbots, and rich people have Kat. They have their own humans that are basically fuckbots. Because Kat even says that when she's talking to Iris. Iris tells her, "Oh, you hate me, right?" She's like, "I don't hate you. I just hate the idea of you. You make me feel replaceable." And this is all before we find out that she's a robot. There's a whole bunch of little clues that, I mean, you could already tell that she was a robot before they shut her off. But it just, I know we're talking a lot about this movie. We're already an hour into it, but I fucking love this movie. I love the writing of this movie.
You forgot the part where before she goes down to the lake and he's talking to her, and then he says, "Iris, what's the weather like?"
Oh, it was 78 degrees with 82%. Yeah, it just sounds just like the call-in weather.
Yeah.
And she's all talking, blah, 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 and he says,
that never gets old. I love that. So it kind of makes it
when
look.
he's trying to convince her because she doesn't believe that she's a robot.
Yeah.
They're having that argument, and then he's like, "Okay, Iris, what's the weather?" And she was like, "Okay."
All that time, that was another spoiler that we didn't know. Not a spoiler, a twist that she didn't realize that she was a robot. Mm-hmm. And he's explaining to her, that, what's going on, and I don't know.
Anyways, the whole thing is, this is supposed to be a robbery movie.
Yes,
it's a caper.
The whole idea is Kat told Josh that Sergey was a bad guy. Just because you're a bad guy doesn't mean you're a bad guy. And Josh let the stereotype go to his head that he was a Russian mobster. We come to find out that he's a sod distributor. That's why his hands are dirty, because he sells dirt, literally dirt. There's nothing bad about him other than he's an asshole.
His hands are literally not
I guess. Wait a minute. I mean, you say he's an asshole because what? Because
he tried to rape Iris.
He knew Iris was a robot.
He's got a side chick and a wife.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's a piece of shit.
What if the wife gives him permission to have a side chick, just like the side chick gave him permission to access the fuckbot?
Exactly.
The same way that Kat said
though.
It's okay. She would have been like, she knows. The kind of bitch that Kat is an alpha bitch. And she would have said, his wife knows who I am. That's why we're out here. We can't be in the city together, but if we're out here, I think the Kat is that kind of bitch.
But I mean, there's different levels of assholes. There's the cheater, and so that you got into another aspect of the film. We're still in the first of 3 acts.
Yeah, we haven't even gotten to the second act. We just barely.
That was, and this, what we almost an hour in here.
Yes, that was on all the other pods.
The movie wasn't even this long.
Exactly. all the other pods that I not pods, but reviews that I saw. Right, they bring up the fact. Well, he was trying to rape her. He was trying to rape her. Is it rape?
Exactly. To her, and
it's a robot.
But
she didn't know. She didn't know she was a robot. So to her,
he didn't know that.
He did.
Well, he didn't know that she didn't know that she was a robot, right, or that she had actual feelings or anything like that. But we don't know if she actually had. Now, I'm not defending in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying, bringing up the not causality, bringing up the topic.
He didn't do anything wrong. I mean, I can understand that he was cheating on his wife with old girl out there on the brush, but we don't know that. They could have been separated. We don't know what Sergey did. He invited these people over to his house. Real nice, cool, great hospitality, everything else. She telling me like, "Hey, I got a headache now. Why don't you go? You want some? Go and hit that down there at that beach. You know, she got that sex bot.
That's what that thing.
You gonna hit that?
That's what that thing do.
You know, Josh is a thing for. Right? Josh ain't gonna trip. He already said it's cool. He'd be like, that's why. He's like, that's why I brought her. You know. So and he's like, oh, I bet. He go down there and try to give him a little taste. You know. I don't think he did anything wrong. I thought he was just out there just doing Sergey shit.
I think that.
I mean, he was the realest joker on the whole place.
The point of this act of the movie, with the writing, as well as it was done, we spent this much time on only the first part of the movie, is to make that an issue for the intellect to try to make the intellects think about that very issue.
The morality of what's going on.
If the intelligence is self-aware and not aware that they are beholden to a whole separate power.
They don't know they're robots.
Do they have advocacy for themselves? It's a philosophical fucking issue.
Wait.
No, they do not.
Let's see.
They
There's
do
people
not.
who do believe that.
What is the definition?
They do not,
what is
you
the
know.
definition of self-awareness? What is a soul? What makes a person a person? What is thinking? They bring up, she's like, but I love you. And he's like, nope, it's programming. But if it's real to her, is it?
It don't matter if it's real to her. She's not real.
Does she know that she's not real?
Yeah,
because
that's the
she's
whole
real,
thing.
and that's where the quandary is.
That's when it becomes where us who are real become the good or bad person in observance of this. We can say it doesn't matter what the fuck she thinks. If she was made, that's what it was for. But there's the other of us that would be like, well, if she's self-aware and unaware of what her real situation is, the only thing that matters is what she thinks, what she's aware of, what she believes. And if she's only aware of what she believes, then she's being violated.
Where is the consciousness? Where is she has a set of rules.
She has programming.
There's programming, which are commands meant to keep her in line. See how I did commandments right there?
Mm-hmm.
And and she follows those rules. How?
Yeah. Right. You program her what you want her to do, and you program her how much you want her to learn. You tie her up, you make her strong, smart enough, and you hit that intelligence level. She'll figure out that she's a robot. But
I'm like, did he just say that?
Said
yeah, but he kept her.
That was the first thing he said on that sentence, and then he quickly did the Freudian slip like a motherfucker. He said, "You tie her up. Wait, you ask her a question." That's what.
She gets loose. Not only does she get loose, Josh was dumb enough to leave his phone there with her, which she had the access code
she
to.
was able to
And
adjust
he
her own
goes,
settings.
and then it was cool when she was sitting there going through the different languages she can speak, and then she's like, "What the fuck?" And then she could change her eye colors, and then she went to her intelligence, and it was at 40%. I honestly thought he was going to have her like at 20, 25. Or something like that. She was like, "Really, Josh?" And then cranks herself up to 100. And then she starts going through the different scenarios. Okay, first I got to get home. She's like, "I can walk home, but then Josh will be there." And then boom, shoots her in the head. All the scenarios that she's saying, they're playing out in the movie. And then she realizes she's going to get into Josh's EV car. Which at the beginning of the movie, when they were driving it and got to the destination, she was like, "Thanks, Josh's car." So she was talking to another device. Now, here's the thing. If there's an extra hole in the car and somebody bangs the car, is there anything wrong with Sergey banging the car? Is she the same thing as the car? It's a different kind of ride.
Why the hell would you think about that crazy ass?
That was the worst trying to be funny.
No, I'm not trying to be funny. I'm not.
What
Says that. No. Shut that bacon grease down. No. Says
the exhaust pipe.
Yeah, there you go.
Right, Josh.
like an
No,
SNL.
you get a double one on that.
The exhaust becomes an intake. But anyways, needless to say.
Damn. This bacon grease is lubricant, apparently.
No,
Man.
my point.
Smells like cute meats in this motherfucker.
So the guy that brought up robot slavery, apparently the line to cross is banging a car. That's so much worse than
too much.
Yeah,
That is too
indentured
much.
robots.
It wouldn't be robot. He'd be robot pimping.
Robo pimping.
That is the name of the
give you like 10
song.
of 'em.
That's the name of the song that we're gonna suno after this. Robo Pimpin'.
Give me like 10 of them. I have bottled the straw. Making money.
Okay, so we find out that Sergey was not a bad guy, other than having a side piece. That's it. He wasn't a mobster. He wasn't a killer or anything like that. He sold dirt, and maybe his wife didn't have a problem with him going off and not dealing with her headache while she was out spending money. But Kat confused Josh, who, like Cobweb said earlier, has a superiority complex, thinking he's smarter than everybody. And they came up with a plan to mod, jailbreak. Josh didn't do the jailbreaking. He probably just bought it offline or went into the deep
so
web.
Stupid. He's so stupid. Because when they told him all that junk I mean, like, you didn't even, research about that shit. I mean, when you sit up there and jailbreak, how far is you jailbreaking? Oh, you could do all this stuff like that. He was dumb. I mean, he had no type of his technical know-how besides put a chip in and call it a day.
That's what I'm saying. He got a mod and then considered himself a hacker.
He was the kind of guy that would download entire albums on LimeWire and know the virus was there.
Not only that, these
would.
are the people that would download like Photoshop and then just completely like, I'm a hacker. No, you got a mod. You bought
your computer's
crack.
dead.
Yeah,
your computer's dead now.
But ow, Deb.
Sorry.
What was I gonna say? Oh, so Sergey wasn't that bad of a guy, and then Kat actually worked Josh into this whole plan. And come to find out, there's a safe in the wall with $12 million cash. Eli and Patrick didn't know anything about it. They were just brought in to be witnesses because they figured, if they could corroborate the story without actually being part of the badness, which means they were cutting their friends out and using their friends. These are childhood friends, and they were going to use them as witnesses and not even give them any money. And then as they're admitting to this, Eli's like, what are you talking about? And they show him the cash. And then all of a sudden now Eli's down. And he's like, yeah, we were going to split it with you, 33, 33, 33. And he's like, what? No, there's going to be 4 cuts.
What about
Patrick?
Yeah.
And he's like, really?
Right.
And Patrick's like, oh, and then
you learn that Patrick's a fucking fuckbot.
Patrick go to sleep and his eyes shut off. I didn't expect that.
I'm telling you, man, this movie just builds.
I expected Iris. It was easy to tell, but I did not expect Patrick, who, by the way, later on in the movie is wearing a police uniform and goes all Terminator 2. They named him Patrick after Robert Patrick, the guy that played the T-1000 in Terminator 2.
Wow.
Oh, shit. Man, I might take one of your bacon fats off that.
Yeah, thank you, Cobb. Thank you. But yeah, and so they go to hunt down Iris, who escaped, right? I don't understand why Josh didn't unmod her before the point. He could still tell her everything he wanted to tell her or whatever. He just had to unmod her, shut off the aggression, shut off the protocol.
He was stupid.
He got caught up in the wave. I think as soon as Kat told him about $12 million and how easy the whole thing was going to be, I think he would have done everything that she told him off camera. And he didn't even think about it. He was just riding the wave.
I think he also got a little caught up in the fact that Sergey wasn't a bad guy. Like when she told him, yeah, whatever, you're the one that came up with that. And he was like, what? So I don't know if his conscience felt bad for leading to the death of somebody who wasn't guilty of what he thought was.
Or his self-doubt made him feel bad about himself.
Or even his,
he was stupid.
His cockiness where he's like, oh, somebody fooled me. So something threw him off of his game. But he should have shut off the aggression. He should have turned back the safety protocols. And he didn't. She breaks loose. They bring in Eli and Patrick. They turn Patrick back on, and they go
at 100% aggression.
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm a liar.
You're not a liar. You're just jumping the gun. But literally, that's when we find out Sergey has a gun in the safe. Eli's down to help. Eli and Patrick go hunting after her, while Kat goes one way and Josh goes another way, and they run into her. Eli and Iris are fighting for the gun. I think Eli shot himself on accident. I don't think she actually shot him, because he tackles her. He Goldberg speared her down
this trope.
No, but remember he had a her aggression
trope where you can't see the gun and somebody's dead, and you're like, oh, who did it? This ain't 1947. You know what I'm saying? We've developed as humanity, our intellects are a little bit beyond that. You're doing so much with this movie that's really, really good. Why would you pull that one out?
I think it was his fault. I think it was Eli, though.
You're an idiot. I don't understand why he even did it like that. You know what? Because I'd have been like, oh, really? $12 million, we got to go get it? Hand me my phone. Patrick, go get that bitch. Bring her ass back.
I'm going to go sit down and smoke this cigar.
So as
Right. Patrick, have her back here in 10 minutes and we'll be back here. Have her back here in 10 minutes.
This is where we learn that Patrick knew he was a robot all this time. Eli's trying to play it off like, well, if you were a robot, I wouldn't. He's like, I know I'm a robot. Don't worry about it. And they show the meet cute of them dancing with the dinosaur suit and the whole thing like that. And come to find out, this is when they deliver your fuckbot. You sync it to your phone, and then after you sync it to your phone, you have to be
your face.
Yes, there's the face scan where
The imprinting. happens.
basically, yes. A callback to Twilight, right? Imprinting.
Duckies.
Duckies?
Ducks imprint.
Like penguins.
I don't know about penguins. I said ducks, man. What the fuck are we doing right now?
Okay. So, and then we also find out that the easiest way to, which I think is a weird, hard reboot, is just putting your thumb on the back of their ear for 5 seconds.
5 seconds, right?
Maybe 30 seconds, because you know how like you reboot like a electronic device, like a security camera or whatever. You had to hold that.
Could you
pin
imagine
down.
you getting it on with your 3/5 of a person fuckbot, and then you're behind the ear just holding it, just as action, and then it resets, and then it spasms on you, and it's not going to be a good evening at the emergency room.
Everything locks up.
Can you imagine that? Damn.
stuck together like a Doberman and a Chihuahua? Just
Man.
Okay,
Idiot, man. Okay.
all
Josh, what the fuck is wrong with your
man.
ass?
Oh, damn.
I'm the one with the problem.
What's your
Part
ass, man?
German?
Hey, what the hell is wrong with
What's
you,
happening
man? What
right
the hell?
now? Hold on, wait,
Dad,
what?
what the hell happened to him, Dad?
Well,
What the-
Robots is one
Our
thing.
little Yorkie actually is a mix with the dad
was a miniature
is
Yorkie,
a miniature Yorkie,
and the mom was a full-size French bulldog.
Isn't miniature Yorkie redundant?
It's a miniature
So it's a tiny,
teacup,
tiny.
A teacup Yorkie is the dad,
And the mom was
and
what?
the mom was a full-size French bulldog.
Damn! My man was slanging dick! Dog dick!
On a ladder, man.
His dick was bigger than himself. That little dog was all dick. You only knew it was dog because it would yap. He would do his nut cut. He would go, it's like, oh, that dick is a dog.
So
Are you okay, Cobweb?
Iris,
Are you with us?
Iris gets away as
Is he?
Patrick is. Cobb, you still there? So Patrick's there in shock that Eli's dead. And Josh comes up and Kat comes up and they see Eli's dead. They don't really react to their childhood friend being dead.
Yeah, they didn't look sad.
This is a WPS relationship all the way around.
And Josh resets Patrick to link to him. And he tells Patrick to hunt down Iris. Iris gets called out by a cop because the car shuts down.
And she's stuck on German, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, she puts herself on German so she could speak German and act like she don't know what's going on. So Josh,
So she does it so because she can't lie.
right,
So
exactly.
she puts it on there, and when she speaks in German, he doesn't know what German is, so that's how she gets off.
As she's admitting, that she killed Sergei and all that stuff. Exactly, Cobb. But so Josh shuts down his car, goes into stolen car mode, and she can't drive it anymore. So she's trying to, it won't let her out. She's trying to break through. The cop pulls up. Officer Hendricks is who pulls up. And as she's doing a good job of confusing him, and he's like, oh, well, let's just go back to the house. Here comes Terminator version Patrick. And just
Aggression 100.
yes,
Now.
shoots the cop. He shot him, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then shuts off Iris and throws her over the shoulder and then takes her back to the house in the cop car.
I don't think he shot the cop. He beat the shit out of the cop with that damn gun. He pistol whipped his ass. That's what he did. He pistol whipped that cop.
It might have
He
been a
fucked his ass
twofer.
up.
Yeah, it's a possibility.
I think he
I'll
shot the
have to
cop
watch
and
it
then whooped
again.
that ass.
Yeah.
How could I forget?
So he takes out the cop.
The cops
Good
done
point, Cop. Good point.
Anyway,
And get back to the house, and Patrick's in love with Josh, and Patrick's cooking, and Iris is tied to a chair. And this is, I did not like this change in Josh's character. Up until that point, he was just a jerk or whatever, you know. He got used and played, but then he starts whining about how all women treat him this way and that way, and he's like, you know, all this whining and bitching. And then he gets cruel. He starts asking Iris, well, you know, do you have feelings? And blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no, it's just programming. And then he puts a candle in front of her, makes her put her hand on the candle. And then not only is it just burning her a little bit, sets her whole arm on fire. Yeah.
Yeah, she got straight Luke Skywalker in this motherfucker.
He was
Yes.
I told you, man, he was an ignorant dick.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
This is sociopathy. I think his sociopathy becomes revealed stage by stage, act by act, or in the whole thing is the crux of his character is that he was capable of what he was doing towards the end of the movie the entire time. And he didn't because he wasn't in charge of this robbery, because it was Kat who was giving him access. So he made himself available, vulnerable, if you will. I heard that too. Sound like a bat flying by us, right?
Yeah.
I saw it, but there was no bat. Oh, okay,
It was
Cobweb.
Yeah.
I thought we were about to go paranormal right now. Y'all stay tuned for my new podcast. Anyways, yeah. So I think he made himself vulnerable for access to the money, and as the things got worse and worse and worse, you get towards the end of the movie, you're going to see the bad guy, and he's being himself. So I don't think it was a change so much as it was a revelation. He didn't change. We're just seeing who he is.
We're just seeing who he really is.
At this point, yeah.
Yep. I agree 100%. Because it didn't take, because honestly, tell the truth, it really didn't take much to convince his ass to go along with the plan, did it?
No.
It's $12 million.
Well,
Easy money, and
but
you got
still,
a beautiful
the average person,
black, white girl,
you
pretty.
say that too, they're still not doing that. They're still not doing that. I mean, come on, you're taking a human life there, and you're
I mean,
involved in a
that's
murder.
I mean,
Look,
I know plenty of people that aren't gay, but $20 is $20. You know, it just, I mean, you know.
What the fuck is wrong with your ass? Boy, that's the wrong question to ask right now, isn't it?
It's just work.
Pause.
But with that being said,
The best part, there's no taxes on the street.
Exactly. I would have 3 bots. Okay. Start off with 3, try to get up to 10.
So no, hold on.
Start off with 3, so that's 9/5. So you'd have just about 90% of a human. Oh, 90% of 2 humans.
Two humans. But so Josh makes her shoot herself. And on all the reviews, they were bleeping out the word shoot. I don't care. She shoots herself. You can talk about robot rape, and you can talk about this and that, but you can't talk about them shooting themselves. He commands her to do it, and as she's doing it, she says no right before she pulls the trigger, but she can't go across from her programming, so she still shoots herself. It was kind of cool, the explosion that went through.
Oh man, the light behind the eyes and all of that.
Yes.
Oh, that was fantastic. Yeah.
And the funny thing is, I told Deborah before it happened, you know, like, that's not where her batteries are at. I didn't think about that being her Wi-Fi router only.
If you're trying to take out a robot and do some crazy shit, shouldn't you do research first to understand how to defeat these things in case you have this part of your plan?
Not if you're cocky.
He was an idiot.
An idiot.
Not if you're full of yourself like Josh was. Not this Josh, that Josh. But also like a human being. Go for center mass. It's the bigger target. That's where they're going to have the processing power, maybe the batteries and everything like that. And just, you know, I'm just saying. So what happens? What had happened was they bring in the people from the company that makes the robot. Deb's looking into the distance. What's going on, Deb?
I heard something too. Kukui.
We will be talking about the kukui shortly. They bring in the company. I forgot what they're called, like Emotion X or something like that. That rent out. That's when we find out he rented her. He didn't even buy her. Rent out the companion robots, and
they came out there, yo.
Yeah, and he's explaining she went crazy and this happened, and then the guy's like, oh, and Officer Hendricks over here just happened to be, and he's like, you look familiar from somewhere. And that was something we learned earlier in the movie. Patrick is an older model companion that Eli actually fell in love with him.
They were together for a long time.
Yes. And so as they're bringing him out, and he's like, yeah, sure, yes, sir. The new guy on the job from Emotion X or whatever it's called, he was like, oh, man, that's messed up. I can't believe all that happened. What do you think happened? And the old guy is like, oh, he's screwed. He modded her. This guy's totally fucked. This is when we find out that they record everything. And their recording unit and their brains are actually in their torso and lower half.
Yes, and so it's all there.
But this is the messed up part. He goes, they always mod them. They always do this. We go and we pick them up. And this is when you find out that they torture, they being humans, they torture them, they shoot them, they burn them. Which, I mean, in one way, if they do not have a quote-unquote soul, and they're just wouldn't it be better that people do these horrible things to a robot instead of a real person?
Why not targets? Paper targets.
Well,
there's a need in these people to see and believe that they're hurting and torturing
it's
humans.
Fucked up, bro.
It's
fucked. You know what? I'm not even going to touch this for the rest of the night. Okay? I'm not getting involved in this debate at all because I'm telling you this shit is off the wall. I ain't doing it.
It's
because
real.
I know what's going to happen.
It's real.
I know what's going to happen. We're going to end up getting shadow banned. And we gonna all
don't take the truth if you're allergic to the truth.
Fuck that shit.
I see where you're going, Cobb. I agree with you. But so needless to say, as the van is driving away with the guys from Emotion X, and that's not what they're called, that's just what I'm calling them right now. Patrick shows up, shoots the old school guy 3 times, pop, 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 through the window, gun runs out of bullets, young guy tries to get away, Iris comes back online and starts explaining what's happening. They have a cattle prod like electronic device to deactivate the droids, the robots, and Iris appeals to the humanity of Patrick, and come to find out that even though he's been rebooted and hard reset, he still remembers Eli and he still loves Eli. And she guilt trips him kind of, and then he sticks that cattle prod in his mouth and deactivates himself. Can we say deactivate now? Is it okay instead of saying he killed himself?
How dare you? How dare you?
He was taken offline.
Yeah, he unactivated
My nut
himself.
cuts cannot stand for this kind of dope.
Man.
And so she tells the young kid from Emotion X, hey, and this is what Cobweb was like, did she hook up the young kid? No, the kid was still new at it. He still had a conscience. He still has some morality to him.
He wasn't jaded.
Yeah.
How do you know this?
Well, if you, in your imagination you want to pretend that the robot hooked him up real quick in the 2 minutes that they had,
they didn't have more than that because she was there for a while. You know what I'm saying? She was there at the house and everything else like that. I think that, honestly, tell the truth, she probably did hook him up with some money. I mean, seriously.
Oh, money.
I mean, why was? Yeah. What you thought? She was like, oh, you thought like, oh.
I thought we was talking about Nick.
Why you got your mind like that?
So
we were talking about a bit of that work.
Because that's how you made it sound like, Cobb.
That you thought that I was talking about some booty?
Exercising some vocab.
So yeah, exactly. So
What is wrong with you?
the part that we forgot was Josh forgot before Josh sent Patrick to go after the Emotion X people. Kat was like, I'm out of here. I'm just taking my money. I'm leaving. I don't want to have anything to do with this. You're going to get blamed for everything anyways. I'm clear. Right. And Josh told Patrick, stop her. That's all he said, stop her. His aggression was at 100, so what does he do? He just stabs her in the back. Literally stabs her in the back.
Yep.
And so she dies. Now it's just Josh, Iris, and Patrick before Patrick unalives himself. She comes back, and Josh goes into aggro mode himself, all aggravated and aggression-wise. And they're rolling around. They did say something at the beginning of the movie that they're not superhuman strong. They're only as strong as you set them to be. There was not a strength meter in the app that they showed. So she never had superhuman strength. It was proportionate to her size and her look and all that. And every time the AC turns off, I'm like, ooh. And the corkscrew, which is they showed it twice in the movie before this, comes into play. I didn't think that's how she was going to kill him or whatever, but she stabs him in the temple with the corkscrew. It's automatic. It goes in, drains out his head.
Vacuum.
Yes.
Hell yeah.
Yes. And then she gets dressed. She takes the money. She's going to live out her own life. And I didn't even talk about all the reviews that I saw where the majority of the ones done by ladies were talking about how it was a feminist film and how women are treated now in the world. Patrick was treated the same way as Iris was. I just want to point that out. And some people were complaining that it wasn't feminist enough. One review said that men should not be making this type of movie because there weren't any female writers in the room, that it was a man that wrote this.
You know what? I don't ask me. All these comments and everything else, shit like that, all that shit does is just want to bring you down about something that's good. They're all pissed off that they didn't think of this good ass fucking concept for this movie. That's what the fuck they had. Or if they would have did this, it would have been good. Or if they would have did this, it would have been good. No, guess what? They did it the way they did it. And guess what? It was dope. All these critics are the reason why I probably didn't get as much notoriety about it, because they all brought it down because they were all jealous.
We will talk
about
about
a bunch of fucking haters.
You're right. We will talk about the score after we do our scoring on it. So Iris takes the money. She leaves. She's driving off, and there is you're right, Deb? There is another Iris model in the car next to her, but it has like the Stepford Wives haircut. Did you notice that? The blonde bouffant with the
Beaver cleaver.
And her arm that got burnt off, I didn't see it anywhere, but I think it's an homage to Terminator, because she pulls the skin off that hand and then she's looking at it the same way that Arnold does in T2.
And then she likes it.
Yeah,
she smiles
exactly.
at it.
I
like,
thought that too.
This is a power up for her.
And then as she's driving past the other Iris in the other car, and the guy's just like, blah, 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 blah. And the Iris is sitting there like, She picks up her robot hand and just waves at her. And then you see that robot kind of like, hey. Like, is it going to spread from there? Is there going to be a robot revolution? Is this the beginning of Skynet?
Dun, 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 dun. Iris might be the first Bluetooth enabled and was able to signal drop.
Well, she has no more Wi-Fi signal or anything like that.
There was something
Drop
in
an
her
EMP on her ass and call it a
that
day.
is communicating with the new generation. That there was that recognition that you're talking about in the car. It's something. True.
So, as we're an hour and a half into this, give or take a few technical issues and all that, which I'll have to cut out. Are we going to go into do we hear something? I mean, we've been hearing stuff all night, but
yeah, let's do this, bro.
All right, now is when we do the calculator of doom, el calculadora de doom, where we rank the movies from 0 to 10. Who wants to go first?
I can.
All right, Cobb, go ahead.
I enjoyed this movie. I thought it was very interesting. It wasn't really anything that was scary about it. Beside old girl, her whole concept of, man, that chick. But it was good. I thought it was a pretty good thriller. It kind of kept you on your seat, just asking, thinking about like what's going to happen here and everything else like that. And as you can tell, that we really did like the writing about it and the whole concept. Everybody had something positive to say about it. There wasn't that too many things that were negative about this movie. I just think that, Josh was just a straight up dumbass motherfucker. He made me so damn mad in this movie.
And the character too.
That character. I know I said that character. He made me so damn mad. There was so many times I wished I had to get up and walk out of the room because I was like, this motherfucker's got to be as dumb as a box of fucking dirty tampons. Because I don't understand why they even let us fucking with the damn herb being
We're
what he
measuring the intelligence of that now? What's
Bro, he was bad.
What's the average
He was
intelligence of a dirty tampon? A solo, just one by itself, not in a
No,
box.
a bag of them.
Okay. let's move forward.
Exactly. See, we know it's
Bagaboom
that type of night. So I'm going to give this movie a straight up 8. I think it was very enjoyable. Josh, the character in this movie, will drive you insane with his stupidity. So deal with it. If you have a higher intellect and you're sitting up there like you can't take it, I can understand that because I couldn't take it at times. But I would give this movie an 8, and it was decent. It was decent. I'm glad I watched it.
Nice. Deb, you want to go next?
Yeah, I'll go next. Going into the movie, me and Josh saw the teaser, and I thought it was a different type of movie. So when I found out she was a robot and it was a whole robot movie, it threw me off. It was a good twist. I really enjoyed the movie. It kept my attention. I'm gonna give the movie a 8 also. I'm gonna give it an 8. I really like it. I really do recommend it to other people, and it isn't a movie that I'll watch multiple times.
Good stuff. Mr. Cantu.
There was something about the way that this movie was written and produced that what we commonly refer to as a twist, I don't think that that's an apt word to describe what happens with this. I think that what we perceive as a twist, as they occur in this movie, they're so shocking that it's like it steps up the value of what we're looking for in the movie. So every time that you find something out, it's like what? It's not a twist. It's a building up. That's literally, I had to sit with myself and think about that for a minute, because when I think about a twist, it literally makes me think of the movie going in another direction. There's another twist. It's going to go in this direction. No, when you learn this shocking fact, it just compounds the emotional investment that you're making in wanting to see the rest of the movie. That's how I interpreted the twists. This was great. It's not a masterpiece. What this movie is doing is highlighting all of the greatness that's occurring across the horror thriller sphere right now. Again, with all the production, there's nothing wrong with this. I'm not going to say it's flawless 100%, but this is great. This is a great entry-level movie. If you want to take somebody that like watches thriller but doesn't like gory horror, and you want to step them up a notch, this takes thrillers to the highest level, I think, and then steps into the gore with the kills. So it's, yeah, I'm gonna give it an 8 also.
Nice.
So her whole speech was to try to tell me that I was wrong about what I said.
No, we gave it the same grade.
No, about the twist.
No, I interpreted the twist different.
I'm just joking.
Well, I think this movie.
God damn it!
The movie,
It went up,
No,
not
hold on.
sideways.
I think the movie had the twist when we find out Iris is a robot. Then it had another twist when we find out Patrick, which was a bigger shock to me, that Patrick was a robot. If you go back and you go to the scene when they're doing the roll-on deodorant commercial, Patrick's dancing He's doing the robot during the dance. You know, there's a whole bunch. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of little clues like that.
And then also we didn't talk about how Josh calls her Bebop.
Beboop.
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 That's his little pet name. Beboop. And oh my God, one of the reviews I watched, right, says, well, he calls her Bangbot, and we're not even gonna go. You know what he's talking about when he says Bangbot? It's like, bitch, it's Beboop, Beboop, like a little, yeah. But she was just throwing in the call. He called.
We
her,
don't give those reviews any. You shouldn't have done that. You spoke that into the
Right,
ether
why did you watch
again.
all that? Let's read all that stuff.
I wanted to see. I was doing research for the pod.
Man, that just kind of messed up my whole concept.
I am
of this
in
place.
the middle of my score, gentlemen. Both of it.
I thought you was done.
I
Could
think
you
we should
finish, please?
cultivate
We're waiting.
intelligence.
I have to give the number for me to be done. So I'm going to give it an 8 also. So that means that here at Cast the Pod, we give the movie an 8. Now, I talked about it earlier. MDib gives it a 6.9. This is not a very favored movie, but it's also by a bunch of those people that are saying that, you know, there wasn't a woman writing it and there wasn't this and that, blah,
These
blah,
are
blah,
people
blah, blah.
who don't know anything. They don't know anything about writing. They don't know anything about production. They don't know anything about art. They're sitting in their mom's basement and they get their ramen noodles or these sandwiches on demand. It's summertime right now. And so now they got to deal with their college sibling that's actually doing something with their life, coming home. And it's like,
Jeez.
damn, Dad wouldn't give me my room back, but Myra gets it back. And there's Myra sleeping on your bed and you're in the goddamn basement. You got nothing to do but talk unintelligent shit about a great movie. We should, don't consider those, man.
True. I do want to bring out. I talked to.
Myra, get it, girl.
I talked to Matt earlier, and I'm not saying Matt, even though I've said Matt.
You said it many times. You have. You did.
I'm not saying that he is one of our listeners, our viewers. He is a Club 3P member, and he's like one of my daily talk tos now. You know. I'm not saying that.
A daily talk to?
Yeah,
what is this?
we're talking on the daily. Just, you know, my you know.
Smell like cotton candy.
The three of y'all on the pod aren't checking up on me daily. You know, Matt, he'll send me memes and stuff like that. Anyways,
Don't I talk to you every day about how I'm breaking the law first thing in the morning?
nah.
I know. It's never enough for him, Cantu. It's never enough.
My
So
hair
my
is
point-
flying.
my point
I'm
being-
breaking the law, risking my life, driving one-handed, drinking coffee, shooting videos. And
Allegedly,
I'm not a daily dog to allegedly.
Allegedly. My point being, some of our listeners aren't into horror. And
This is a good movie.
this is a good movie. So I want to bring in a kukui scale. Cobweb, have you heard of the kukui before?
No.
It's like the boogeyman.
Mexican
Cucuy
version.
is the Latino, not just Mexican.
It's
Cucuy,
Latin,
it's everywhere, even out to the islands.
Yes.
Yeah, the cucuy is the boogeyman. It's the faceless, shapeless, bad thing that's waiting for you in the shadows if you don't do what the fuck mom and dad said.
So I need to break down the ratings. I want to go from 0 to 5. 0 being you watch the movie, it's a horror listed on IMDb as a horror movie, but then you watch it and you can let it go. No big deal. 0 to 5. 4 being you watch the movie and now you got to go watch some cartoons, something happy to cleanse the palate, to get it out of your mind. 5 being you watch the movie and it's stuck with you from now on. We'll figure out 1, 2, and 3. But 4 is the let's watch a Happy Gilmore movie, or let's watch some Happy Tree Friends, something with
Tree
happy
Friends, hell yeah.
some Care Bears or something like that. You know what I mean?
Squirrels and shit.
Something just to get it out of your mind. And we're not gonna have a group rating on it or anything. An individual rating. And we'll just have a yes or no. I think this movie is at a 0 level for horror, where if you want your friends to watch a horror movie, there's some blood in it, there's a couple of kills in it, but it's not something that's going to stick with you. I think it's at a 0 level. It's a good entry level to bring people in that aren't into. Do y'all think so?
I have to agree.
This is drama of the bloodiest character. Yeah.
It's more of a thriller. What do you think, Cobb?
It's thrilling.
Is
yeah.
I think it's a thriller more or less than anything else. I mean, I don't think it was horror.
Is it labeled horror?
It has horror in it.
Probably because of the
Okay,
blood.
a lot of things have horror in it. Doesn't mean that it's horror.
But I don't watch it with your kids.
Yeah.
If some people don't
There's
like,
no areolas.
there's nothing demonic in this movie, even though that the teaser that Deborah and I saw made it look like a possession film.
No, man,
and all
the
that.
only dangers presented by this film is the philosophical considerations of the intellectual that happens to consume the movie. That's the only horror that's in here. This is a drama of a drama. This is the drama. The drama of the highest character.
I still say though, I mean, one of the good telltale sign, the telltale sign of a good movie is afterwards.
All right, Poe.
When you can say, what did this? I just thought of that whole Skynet thing as we were talking here. So the movie's still with you in a good way. Like, what happened? Was the top still spinning at the end of Inception type thing? And this is in a sci-fi fuckbot movie.
Yeah. The people that wrote this have all that as consideration. This is their inspiration. That's what I'm saying. This next generation of, well, not next, the present generation of young writers and shooters and gaffers and everything.
Gaffers.
Best boys. Hey, you get gaffered out in L.A.
Bro, this was the episode of Rick and Morty.
Almost, yeah. So I didn't realize I had my headband on from but I wanted to say hats off. See what I did? Hats off to Drew Hancock, the writer and director of this, for putting on a writing clinic. Why are you shaking?
Why'd you have to do the whole hat thing? That was unnecessary, man.
I wanted to do it.
Oh my God,
This is my podcast.
I'm glad you're not a comedian. That's all I'm saying.
It's your podcast?
My podcast, 100%. I took back all y'all's percentage.
It's his.
I'm done.
I saw him with the screen. He had the tablet and he put possession at 100%.
You believe this, John? Cantu? Deb, you believe this?
Possession 100%, aggression at 80%. He's not a bad guy, but possession is definitely 100%.
Cobweb is taking percentages away from sentient beings, and now he's tripping out because I'm taking podcast percentage backs.
Yeah, percentage backs. That's a thing.
Yeah, plural backs. Backs.
That's like take backs. No take backsies.
I'm done. I can't anymore. I can't.
Oh man, we're gonna have to cut it. I can't say cut it short, but we're gonna have to cut it off here because we still have to tear down and go take everything back to the bomb shelter. And I gotta go to work tonight. Definitely not letting anybody know that I'm going to work in less than an hour and a half. But
we're not telling anybody that.
Nobody.
Nobody that.
I woke up
We'll
this
see you guys
morning at
next week,
5 and conducted the kitchen until about 2, and then we did the shutting down and the cleaning till about 4, and then I went to the gym till about 6, and then I rolled from Stone Oak over here and did this. I'm gonna get home and I'm gonna drink some White Lightning.
Man, last time I went to Jim's, I got that one salad and a chicken fried steak.
I ain't got nothing to say.
Oh, that's a surprise. I think you're lying.
I'm done.
Jim's is a restaurant, old school restaurant.
Right, some chicken fried steak.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
Or you can get chicken
Y'all
fried
got
chicken.
that up there? Or did they tell you about it?
Well, they got it up there, but it's under like a gallon and a half of tomato sauce.
Oh, God.
Oh, that's disgusting.
Exactly.
That's what you eat.
Tomato sauce
don't
on
eat
your
that
chicken
shit.
fried steak. That's
That's
fucking
what you
nasty.
showed us.
That's what
So-
he feeds his 3/5 slave robots.
Robots. So with that being said, I wanted something that kind of ties into it before we wrap up. Had you heard the latest Toy Story 5 conspiracy? Not
No, I
conspiracy.
haven't seen a Toy Story in a while.
Not conspiracy, but complaint.
No, I don't really.
So
I don't really.
the theory of 5 is that the kid, because Andy's already grown up, gone to college or whatever, and then there's the new kid. I forgot what her name is. So now she gets a tablet. So now she's into the digital world instead of physical toys. And there's a scene where Jessie, the cowgirl, is talking to the tablet, and then some computerized other toys come up, like speaking spells and all those. You know what I mean? Other
Analog.
Yes, digital. Other digital type toys come up, and
Speak spell.
yeah. And Jessie says, "You're kind." So now people are mad that the analog toy Jessie told the digital toys, "You're kind."
That's the shit.
That's minutia that they really don't have a true understanding about.
Who
Somebody
gets
told them to be mad
no,
about that.
I don't care.
That's not real. Kids don't care about that shit.
Right, that's part of the movie. That's the concept. That's what it's about. Jeez, man, I'm getting tired of people being so picky about every goddamn thing. Cry about this, cry about that, cry about this. Man, shit, fuck that shit. That's why I got a goddamn bubble.
Children aren't. I mean, maybe this movie was made for, because my understanding is that people in the generation previous to us are the ones who are being affected most by the movie. So it's being made by their same generation. So maybe they have those values and they're giving them the sentiments, but children are not intellectually capable of forming those kinds of opinions.
We didn't get those jokes in Looney Tune cartoons back in the day. You know what I mean?
Do you remember what the original Looney Tunes was like?
Yeah.
I remember swastikas, dog.
The 13 episodes that we cannot see anymore.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and then the next generation, the Ren and Stimpy. Like,
oh, yeah, that was, yeah.
But, all right, let's go ahead and cut it there.
Stimpy, you idiot. I have this thing on my back. Stimpy.
Yes, that
I
one.
need you to take this sandpaper for me, Stimpy.
No,
Stimpy.
we're going to get a content hit for that.
Harder, Stimpy.
We're going to get a content hit for that one.
Stimpy.
Cobweb, anything you want to close out with?
No, man, just see you guys, man, and enjoy up. See you guys at SummerSlam. And see you guys, come on out if you're in Chicago. Come to the Ground Good Music Festival.
Okay, I'll be there tomorrow.
It's gonna be dope. So
I'm gonna hop on the bus. I'm gonna get on the
that's
Via.
it, man. Cobwebs out.
Give my little $1.25. I'm on the way.
Don't forget to hit up the hotline. What was it? 82788. I forgot our fucking phone number.
786.
Yeah, podcast.
786 podcast.
You can hit us up on social media, Cast of the Pod, Cobweb on IG at Cobweb411. On the TikToks,
Redbeard Silver.
that's beard spelled Beerd.
Because I love beer.
Okay.
And this has been the Cast of the Pod podcast. I'm Josh.
I'm Deb.
Cobweb signing off, baby.
Cast of the Pod podcast. I'm Cantu.
Club
Do your
3P.
voiceovers.
My bad. Club 3P, shout out to you.
Shout out.
Until next time, you've been
Next
warned.
time, you've been warned.
Peace.
Yeah. Cast of the Pod. We asking the questions nobody else brave enough to ask. Is it cheating if your Tesla starts flirting? Robo pimpin', circus stay drippin'. Silicone swagger got the whole world trippin'. Hey, I got game, now the humans all simpin'. Tell me where the line at. We robo pimpin', robo pimpin'. Chrome stay glistening. Self-drive pull up while your neighbors all listening. Companion got folks out here philosophizing. Welcome to tomorrow. We robo pimpin'. Everybody laughing till the robots get charmed. Pull up with Bluetooth wrapped around their arm. Voice so smooth, got a built-in alarm. Next thing you know, your fridge got Riz and your toaster got bars. Talking to your dashboard way too long.
EV says speakers, baby, let me pick the song.
Seek gets warm. Windows tint. Now your cousins say you two look kinda strong. Hold up, what we even doing? Science fiction got reality brewing. Movie got everybody sitting, questioning life while the popcorn stewing. Robo pimpin', circus stage drippin', silicone swagger got the whole world trippin'. Hey, I got game, now the humans all simpin'. Tell me where the line at. We robo pimpin'. Companion had the whole crew thinking, had the room quiet, other half drinking. Josh threw a question, everybody froze. Cantu just laughed, Cobweb covered his nose. Deb said y'all done lost your minds. Calculator of doom couldn't rate these crimes. Can an algorithm steal your heart? Can a charging cable tear love apart? If your car says baby don't leave, is that software? Or emotional grief? I ain't got answers, I'm just here rapping while Siri and Alexa start finger snapping. Beep, 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 boop, firmware fresh, chrome look clean, oil ain't dripping, battery green, charging overnight, ready by dawn, your GPS whisper, baby, that's right. Whoa, pause, robo pimpin', circus stay drippin', silicone swagger got the whole world trippin'. Hey, I got game, now the humans all sippin'. Tell me where the line at. We robo pimpin'. Robo pimpin', chrome stay glistening, self-drive pull up while your neighbors all listening. Future got weird and nobody's quitting. Yes, this is life now. We robo pimpin'. First it was phones, then it was watches. Now AI flirting, crossing all the boxes. Robot got confidence, never gets tired. Meanwhile, humans still get ghosted online. Tomorrow looks strange, nobody can fake it. One software patch, whole world gotta face it. When your EV says you've arrived, but it also asks you free tonight. We ain't making statements, we just asking questions. Cast of the pie got another confession. If the future gets weirder, we'll be right here, laughing at it first. Robo pimpin', chrome never sleeps, artificial swagger,
Real funny problems.
cast of the pie. You have been warned.